Emma, I think. No, it was another horse that had a lot of fun. Wish I hadn't said it. A lot of fun form. Number 6 is Quasi, $7.70. It's in the market. So too number 11, Latilla, and 12, Shop Till You Drop.
Named after Yvonne Hutchison.
Your cheese and kisses?
Yes.
Good shopper?
Oh,
the best?
Yeah.
Right.
Mrs. Mooney Ponds.
Yeah.
Mrs. Pucklesbury.
They're strange with the shopping habits, aren't they? I mean, said to me once, how come we haven't got any money in the bank, there's still 12 cheques left? So that's the situation at race 8 there at Mornington. We've got an open race, although Haciendos is firming now, Bill, 470 into 360. It's from the strong and better known as Jumping Stable, the Jim Houlihan stable, although he's had great success. Jim's 83 or something. Yeah.
Isn't he a marvel?
He's an absolute marvel and a thorough gentleman, and he's one of the icons of our game. Much respected trainer. Gavin Eads rides Haciendos, and Gavin's strike rate, I think he's only had 10 or 11 rides since he's been back, and he's had 4 winners. So that's an excellent strike rate, and here's a chance for Gavin to win again on the favourite, Haciendos, number 3. Haciendos has had 3 or 4 runs now since coming back from a spell, and the last couple of runs were encouraging, finishing second at this track 2 starts back, and also again at Mornington, finishing 4th with 57 kilos and only 2.5 lengths from the winner there. So Shop Till You Drop, $7.90, Latilla 7 even, and the favourite Haciendos on $3.60. Also in the market there you can see numbers 5 and 6. Another one there on the next page. So we'll clip over to the next page for Our Racing Dream. It's number 14, and you'll find that Our Racing Dream is in the market. It's at $13.80, Our Racing Dream. It was the only one given any consideration off the page.
So quite a well-known name there down in the scratchings there, Keith. Seabiscuit.
Yes, English and Epsom Derby winner.
In fact, I think there was a movie late at night on one of the pay TV channels the other night called The Story of Seabiscuit. So it was obviously a very highly thought of and well-performed horse.
Right. Yes, and you're considering the Quinella. A lot of fun and striptease there, Bill. I don't think it'll... No, don't take it. Okay, Warrigal, we've only got the one to go there. Now, this is the one that Adam mentioned earlier from the poll here, Whitby Sportsman, who is a pretty classy pacer, and well, that's evident too with the total odds there of $1.20. And this, I suppose, regardless of the odds, is a favourite that should win.
Oh, should win, Keith. He is class personified. Last season, as a 2-year-old, he had 10 starts for 4 wins and 5 placings. His only defeat was in the final of the Australia Gold behind Cole Bruce in the Silk Department. We'll have a little bit more of a talk about Warrigal later on because they're not far off in the next at Mornington.
Okay, now Gavin Lang will drive Brooker. It's one of the threats if there is one to Whitby Sportsman, and Gavin is with Adam Hamilton now.
Okay, welcome back to Warrigal, joined by Gavin Lang. He's just saluted on Night's Rain in the previous race, and gee, it took your poison balance to get him home, Gavin.
Yeah, Adam, he feels like he's got his share of ability, but a bit green and got a few things to learn too by the feel of him.
You drove him up at Mildura. That was 3 starts back now, and he gave you plenty to worry about then.
Yeah, perhaps maybe the night time or something or other just sort of stirred him up a wee bit more, but he was much better today, and you know, hopefully he can go on with it from here.
Well, we've got to let you go to drive in the next race. Before you do go, you're driving Sabon in the Australian Gold Fillies final at Moonee Valley on Saturday night. Quite a pleasing debut. How do you line up her prospects?
Yeah, she's got a bit of a future, I think, Adam, but at the moment she's a big overgrown baby, and I think she'll be a better horse as a 3-year-old. The draw probably isn't that bad, so but anyway, we just hope for a trouble-free run, and she'll be thereabouts at the finish.
Okay, congratulations on the previous race, and best of luck on Saturday night. Back to you in the studio, boys.
Thanks, Gav, but he's got a hot pot to beat, hasn't he, with Chris Elford in the sulky behind Whitby Sportsman. There's Mornington, 4 minutes to start time there. The favourite, firmly, is Haciendos. It's firm from 470. It touched 350. It's balanced out a little now at 360. Quasi, number 6, has had support. Continues to firm with each call, $8 into $7.40. Our Tatilla, number 4, has been steady throughout the market. 5 Lot of Fun is in a point to $10.80. 11 Latilla, 7 even. 12 Shop To You Drop. Now the one not on that chart, but I can tell you that number 14, Our Racing Dream, is currently showing odds of $12.90.
There now, mate.
All right, that's the situation tote-wise. Let's find out from John Bell what the situation is in the ring at Mornington. Here's Johnny again.
Yeah, thanks very much, Keith. I've got John Leake Jr. here with me, who saddles up Lotilla in this race. And John, she's a filly that showed a fair bit of promise early in her career.
Yeah, she's got a bit of ability. She's definitely not a miler, and her last couple of starts have been over a mile. On Easter Monday, she ran a terrific second up run over a mile. And her last start at Caulfield, the rail was out, I think, 10 odd metres. They weren't coming from behind. She got knocked over. She lost about 8 lengths at the start when she got knocked over there severely. And we've really brought her here today for a bit of a confidence run, because she got knocked over in that race actually 3 times. And it doesn't even show up on the tally, but on the home turn, a horse fell in front of her, I think you recall. And she had to check away from it also, so you just have to forget the run. So if you went on her Easter Monday run, you'd be having something on her today.
And she's heading off to Adelaide for the Oaks races over there?
Yeah, she'd have to do something today. She really would have to do something, but she's capable of showing up really well today.
And what about your jumping team with the winter coming on?
Yeah, I've got a few jumpers in work, but nothing special. It's a funny thing, though, when these races get over a bit of ground, they sometimes find another leg. They're pretty fit, so they keep going. So that's how you finish up in those good races.
Okay, John, well, it's good to have you on Channel 31. Best of luck with Lotilla today.
Thanks very much, John. Good.
Yeah, Lotilla in the ring is only around the $7 mark with the bookmakers. And I've actually tipped her on top. I think she's a filly of a lot of promise, and certainly I've lost no confidence by listening to John Leake Jr. He's given her a very good leg up for the filly. And, he's basically said she's just come down here for a kill today. Of course, she's taking on the older horses, but there is a little bit of class about this filly. Number 1, Rajanur's around the $26 mark. Burke and Wills, $13. Hassan Dardos has been kept safe around the $5 mark. Out to Tiller and a Lot of Fun are both around $8. Quasi, a horse that beat Baryshnikov early in his career, now at Mornington Class 3. He's a drifter from $4 out to $5.50. Nitro's big odds. Imperial Peter, we spoke to Gary Lee earlier in the day. He gave us also a little bit of a leg up for the gelding. He's out to 15 to 1, so a bit of value there. Zoom Again's big odds. Shop To Your Drop at $4.50 out to $5.50. Leading Bounty, another jumper. He's out to $17. Our Racing Dream clearly should have won here last start. Worth throwing in trifectas at around the $9 mark. Striptease and King Moran are both big odds. I'm going for Lotilla on top from number 14, Our Racing Dream, who was very stiff last start. And Quasi, who has been racing consistently in Adelaide. But I think Lotilla's a very good each-way chance in the last.
Thank you, John. John Bell, and his guest was John Leake Jr. John showing a lot of confidence with number 11, Lotilla, and that's Johnny Bell's selection. John Leake telling us that if Lotilla wins today, she'll be Adelaide bound for the Carnival, and that's not far away, right on the heels of Mornington. So a last look at the tote. The favourite has eased to $4.10, and support for 11 Lotilla, and also 12 Stop Till You Drop. And I can tell you that number 14, well, there it is. It's into $12.40 now for Our Racing Dream. Close to a start. Here's our caller at Mornington, Brian Markovic.
Ready now for the last race 8. All set for a start. Looks like Lotilla the filly could run the favourite. They're set now. Ready for the final event. It's been a beaut day here at Mornington. Ideal day weather-wise. Racing. Quasi jumped away reasonably well with Burke and Wills, and also Out to Tiller. Zoom Again on the inside shows early speed, and out deep on the track now Striptease is going forward. So too is Hassan Dardos. Out very wide on the track is Nitro and also Rajanur from the outside working across, and they are tightly packed turning out of the straight at the 1600 metre turn. Driving through on the inside, Zoom Again kept out Striptease. Rajanur very wide now, travelled up into third placing, followed by Out to Tiller. Nitro 3 wide, the centre is Burke and Wills, followed by Our Racing Dream very wide, must be 4 deep along the side. Then leading Bounty, Hassan Dardos. Lotilla the inside, a break of 2.5 lengths to Lot of Fun. Back on the inside of Imperial Peter, a break of 3 lengths to Quasi, followed by King Moran. And 2 lengths away last is Shop Till You Drop. By the 1200 metres, Rajanur went to the lead now by almost 2 lengths to Zoom Again. The grey into third placing Striptease, a half away is Out to Tiller. The outside is Nitro, a length and a half to Our Racing Dream, 3 wide around Burke and Wills, followed by Lotilla Latilla back on the inside. 2 lengths to leading Bounty, a half away the insiders, Lot of Fun. It's outsiders, Hassan Dardos, followed by Imperial Peter, King Moran, Quasi, and Shop Till You Drop at the 800 metre turn is 15 lengths off the leader, which is Rajana by almost a length and a quarter to Zoom again. The pair about 3 lengths in front of Out to Tiller, having a nice run back on the inside of Striptease. Our Racing Dream always wide, a length away Nitro. Latilla needs a run, pull to the outside, Burke and Wills leading Bounty, then Imperial Peter. Hassan Dardos now makes its move, away from the inside in turn there is Lot of Fun, followed by Latilla. Quasi, King Moran well back and 4 lengths away, Shop Till You Drop around the turn. Now they're jamming up at the 300 metres, leading Bounty wide with Burke and Wills are pulling out. Our Racing Dream under pressure. Out to Tiller's got the run to the top of the straight now, hit the lead under plenty of pressure. Rajaner, then the Tiller back on the inside, followed by Hassan Dardos. Out to Tiller at the 100 metre mark, over length in front. Imperial Peter getting out, coming out after Out to Tiller with Hassan Dardos on the outside. Imperial Peter grabbed them. Imperial Peter has won narrowly from either Out to Tiller or Hassan Dardos. Just in behind them, Burke and Wills, followed by Lot of Fun. Then Rajaner, who weakened from leading Bounty. Shop Till You Drop picked up a few in the straight, followed by Striptease. Then Our Racing Dream, King Moran. Well back was Latilla, followed by Nitro and Quasi, one of the last in.
Well, number 9, Imperial Peter. It's going to return $22.30 and $6.60, and it rained on the party for the Hoolahans because the photo involves number 3, Hassan Dardos, trained by Jim Hoolahan, and number 4, Out to Tiller, trained by his daughter Fran. So they're going to have to be satisfied with second and third, whichever way the photo goes, and Imperial Peter getting the money at bookies odds of in excess of 20 to 1, $22.30, $6.60. Hassan Dardos will pay $2 even, and Out to Tiller $3 even for the placings. Hassan Dardos definitely the unlucky runner. It was wide all the way. That's it out in the maroney coloured cap, out very wide. The jockey there looking, I don't know whether he's wearing a handkerchief over his face or something. He's looking like the Phantom of the Opera. And he's about 15 wide, and that's Gavin Eads. So he's forced to race wide, and it seems as though he has a handkerchief covering over his face there. Hassan Dardos still 8 wide, making its charge in the straight. In the meantime, Out to Tiller, trained by Fran Hoolahan, has dashed to the front, seems set for a win. Hassan Dardos, the outside of the trio, but circled, and in the meet in the sandwich, Imperial Peter, sticking its head out and winning the last. And there's naught between 3 and 4. 3, Hassan Dardos has got second, and 4, Out to Tiller third. Hassan Dardos did start favourite at $4.70, and Paul Saunders, the winning rider. The Cornella 65.60, Exacta, it virtually doubled, $129.10, and the Trifecta $1,675.90. The running double 4 and 9, $91.50. Now, if your memory is good, you'll recall that Gary Lee, when he spoke with John Bell earlier, tipped us that winner, Imperial Peter. He said he'd been schooling Imperial Peter, and that had sharpened it up. So, yeah, sharpened it up all right. I wish my memory had been a little sharper. I might have remembered Gary Lee's confident comments about that horse on screen, Imperial Peter, who did a good job. He started from a wide alley and stormed, or was steered through a bit of a gap there in the straight by Paul Saunders to beat Hassan Dardos, the favourite. If Gavin Eads turns around, because that's Hassan Dardos in front, we might see what that facial adornment, if there was one, or whether it's just a wide and white chin strap on his goggles. Or he's taken it off anyway.
Well, the Cowboys used to wear them.
Well, Tom Mix definitely did.
Oh, yes, what's that?
Well, part of the gear seems to have broken too, as we're looking at number 3 coming back. There's a strap hanging down there on the gear on number 3, trailing the favourite back to scale, or the winner back to scale, Imperial Peter, and that's flopping there just near the off foreleg for number 3, Hassan Dardos. Just, well, it seems to be intact there. There's nothing trailing. No, just watching that. There's nothing trailing there, so obviously after the completion of the race, one of the straps is broken free. Anyway, happy jockey there. That's Paul Saunders. A very good ride too. He's probably one of the unsung competent jockeys that is below the top echelon of the riders in this state, yet has a very acceptable strike rate. We'll check the totes again, 22.30 if you want to look at them. Number 3 was the favourite, Haciendos, and 6.60 the place incidentally for Imperial Peter, number 9. Haciendos 2 even, out to Tiller 3 even. Quinellas and Exactas, trifectas are on screen for the last at Mornington. Well, an outsider won the last at Mornington. Punters are definitely pinning their hope in the favourite at Warragul. It's very short from the pole, Whitby Sportsman.
Yes, Keith, I think Whitby Sportsman, even though it's far too short at this stage to contemplate backing for...
Doesn't have that advantage. It's out in time. And this will be the first of a big day. They're all set. Let's go to our caller, Brian Blackmore.
Stand up pretty well.